Hey Timmy.
Hello Jimmy.
How do you get the perfect body?
Answers and teleportation in progress. Please wait.
Okay, we've got to be completely honest. We're not exactly going to be showing you how to get the perfect body, more exploring what the perfect body is, or even if there is such a thing. I am at a place called The Operators. I'm about to meet the big boss man, Kai. He has spent years earning a living from retouching photographs, so he knows his stuff and he's certainly got a lot to say about the subject. Hey Kai.
Hi.
So you are going to show me now behind the scenes of sort of how you retouch a photograph. I sent you a picture of me, which you've worked your magic on, and you're going to talk me through the process now. I'm really excited to see this.
Well, let me go through a few of the layers. So if we look at your forearm here,
oh wow,
we're just introducing a bigger forearm.
That looks so natural.
Do you feel stronger?
I do feel stronger.
And then give you a bit of a bicep there coming in.
Whoa.
Just trim you in a bit.
That looks ridiculous. That looks incredible. Look at my tiny little head.
I've also looked at changing the colour of your top.
I quite like that in pink actually. Yeah. Already this is blowing my mind, Kai. What else have you done to me?
Well, we haven't finished. We'll go into a bit of body definition and a bit of tidy up. And then we go into cleaning up a bit of face sheen, opening your eyes, whitening your teeth.
Do you think that people realise, do you think that the public realise how much work goes into retouching images?
No, because it's too easy to get away with.
It doesn't look like me, but it still looks like a real person, even though that person definitely doesn't exist.
Yeah.
What do you think is the effect of these really unrealistic images?
I think it's a warped perception of the human body. I feel sorry for my little girl who's going to grow up looking at images of her favourite actress, believing that she needs to look like this when from the makeup through to the hair, through to the body shape isn't correct.
Yeah. But what's interesting about this, Kai, is it's sort of exposing flaws in me that I never thought about before.
But that's the problem, is it creates paranoia.
Do untouched images ever end up in magazines, or is that just never done at all?
There's been a few occasions. One was with a Dove campaign, and they released images which were untouched to show the natural beauty of the human figure.
Well, thanks very much, Kai. Thanks for chatting to me and showing me how you do all of this, how you work your magic. It's been really fun, although that is definitely terrifying. I think I'm going to have nightmares about my own arms.
Well, I'm glad I've shown you the reality of what retouching can do.
Wow, what an eye-opening and shocking insight inside the industry there. I'm going to speak to somebody else who's passionate about the industry and get their thoughts on the idea of the perfect body. So, I've arranged to talk to fellow YouTuber Tom Burns. Time to get my teleporting game on. Here we go. Whoa. Hey Tom.
Hello.
Hi, sorry to drop in like that. Thanks for agreeing to speak with me in this gym.
No worries.
So we were chatting a little bit about how the media kind of, it promotes this expectation to look a certain way. Take Keira Knightley and Beyonce, for example. They both look very, very different, but they're both definitely celebrated as perfect. Why do you think the media portrays this idea that you have to look a certain way?
I think it's like the idea of what people will, in their heads, aspire to be, and what is like this ideal clean image, and as a result you see that rehashed and reused, I guess, through like films, movies, and then in turn through advertisements that slip into like shops and the clothes you wear, like mannequins and pictures.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, at the point where it's just like, this is what you should look like.
Do you think that girls and boys are affected differently?
I think girls, you often see that will aspire and link up with celebrity role models. They'll have like clothing brands that will have like specifically poised images of like, this is how you should look wearing these things.
I think with guys there's maybe more of a pressure to like get muscly, be toned. So Tom, what advice would you give to someone who maybe feels under pressure from their friends or even the media to look a certain way?
I think the best advice, straight out to be blunt, is just to ignore it, and to go with what you feel is best. I mean, there's this idea that healthy is healthy, and you should strive to be healthy because there's nothing wrong with being healthy, and no one should want to be specifically unhealthy. But you shouldn't like follow people's like guidance and have to go stupidly thin to the point where you're a stick, or like have to beef up on protein with all this like chicken and be massive muscly because someone else says you have the build to be bigger. If you're happy and content, like there's no reason to change someone else.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's when it gets too extreme. How do you get body confidence?
I think it heavily relies on like not looking at pictures of people and thinking that's the perfect image. Whatever you're happy with is you, and like what makes someone else happy and makes them look like them is not how you necessarily need to be.
I think another important thing is what you're eating as well, what you're putting inside yourself, because if you're eating rubbish, then you're probably going to feel pretty rubbish, aren't you?
Like if you had pizza 7 days a week, you could literally probably turn into a triangle.
You turn into a pizza.
Yeah.
I've heard that can happen.
A reverse triangle.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for talking to me, Tom.
No worries.
So now I've seen what I look like as a bodybuilder, I feel like I've learned a lot. You definitely can't always believe what you see, and as long as you're fit and healthy, then that's the perfect body. But what I want to know from you lot is, do you think the media puts pressure on people to look perfect? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Make sure you join me next week when I'll be talking to Dev from Radio 1 and Laura Bubble all about how to ace your exams. I'll see you then.